Today on the channel from Boss Fight Studios and the Legends of Lucha Libre, we got Dralistico.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Legends of Lucha Libre Boss Fight Wrestling unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Dralistico. But for all your Dralistico needs and a whole lot more, I guess Big Bad Toy Store, that's where I picked these up. Not sure exactly where you can find these. They're not at Walmart's, Targets, Amazon sometimes. Big Bad seems to be the most consistent. I think GameStop may have them. Not sure if our friends over there at Jay's Toys and Games will have them, but if you're looking for them, you got to poke around, maybe even the Boss Fight website. Not the easiest distribution figures, I will say, and it seems like these always gain traction. Every single series we've had have gained traction, and people are like, oh, where can I find that? I missed out. So a sleeper line, and I think a lot of that has to do with the kamikaze release schedule on these. I wish they could be a little bit more consistent. But that's business hat talk, of course. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's dive into Dralistico in the Brothers wave, which is pretty cool to get three brothers in the same wave. And all the packaging does unite on these three, which I think is very fun. Now, Dralistico, always complicated. He was Mystico once upon a time. He is currently in AEW, just like his brother Roosh, who we did unbox on the channel. And then Dragon Lee, the lone brother in the WWE. So it's a wild show right there. But Dralistico is probably my favorite of the three, in all honesty. And I'm pretty excited for this figure. So can't wait to dive into it. See what all the fuss is about, as we say. Legends of Lucha Libre. 8 and up, you 7-year-olds, you can't handle the Dralistico. But if you're 8, welcome. Join in the fun. Big background there. You got extra hands, all kinds of extras here. We'll dive into all of that. Dralistico looking very cool on the side. One thing I don't like about the packaging here is this is my preferred look for Dralistico in the black dark mask. They're showing that, but they're giving us the all white. Why not show us the all white? I don't understand that. A little bit strange, if you ask me, unless there's going to be a repaint, a variant in it. I don't know what the reasoning is. I'm trying to explain it, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Collector series on the side. And then on the back, there he is, Dralistico. We got the cross cell down low, unboxing all three brothers on the channel, so make sure you do subscribe. Stats, 5'9", 168 pounds, from Tala, Jalisco, Mexico. Todd, once again, debuted in 2010. Finishing move, the dreaded Wings of Fire. Oh, the Wings of Fire. I think that was like Wings Over America once upon a time with Paul McCartney, Denny Lane, Linda McCartney, Henry McCullough. Oh, the whole group was there. A little background. I don't know why I have this. See you later. Goodbye. Shout out to Wings. Very underrated in 2026. Looking good there in the packaging. And we get free twist ties once again. Always here for a free twist tie. Never turn down a twist tie around these parts. You guys know me. The Twist Tie King. Does anybody enjoy a twist tie more than your old buddy Kyle? I think not. I'm gonna get these twist ties off my desk, though. That's the one thing I won't stand for. I won't stand for that. 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hand, 4 hand. All right. There we go. We're almost there. Almost there. See you later. Spin on it. Let's dive into it. Let's dive into the Dralistico here. You got 2 splayed out hands. 2 Fist of Fury hands. I think these are the exact same hands we got with his brother Roosh, if I'm not mistaken, but looking good for what it is. But now we're diving into old Dralistico, and he's got a little bit of business going on here. He has a huge oversized robe over the top on him. Like to see that here. Very regal, too, with the gold and the white. Looking very, very cool. Now, personally, I would have preferred the black and red attack. Is what it is, though. Is what it is. But it does look good. You even got little chains, the plastic chains hanging down in the front and sculpted into the side. Very, very ornate robe with the slits all over the place. A very, very good looking one here. Now, I'm going to try to see the easiest way to get this robe off. That sometimes is a little challenge in itself, but it looks like you throw the arms back. You just do it old school style. Old school style is what you got to do. Looking pretty good, but not too bad. And we do got a little backpack style there. So I mentioned in the Roosh unboxing, why do they got holes in their back? Because you can plug it in backpack style to give it a little bit tighter fit. I do appreciate that, but going to be pretty hard to line that up if you wanted to do that. But a very nice ornate robe on him. But now we dive into Dralistico here, and man, oh man, this head sculpt is very cool. Looks just like a beast. I love the big open mouth of the red and the white, looking very cool. Got the eyes peeking through with the black. Just looks like almost like a werewolf is what it reminds you of. Got the wings up there on the top. Just a very nice ornate mask here. But I will say a little bit big. That head is very big for the body. I don't remember him having a super oversized mask or head, but maybe I'm just missing something along the way. But I really do like the mask on this one. I think it looks really, really good. Even got the tails on the back end like a young Hayabusa or the great Sasuke once upon a time. You got the forearm going on here. You got almost like the Batman stuff on the forearms, those little spikes. Dangerous in the ring. He'll carve you up with that. 2 gripping hands out of the package. Got armbands on both sides. You do got the tattoo on the top of his neck there looking good. And you got a little bit peeking through down here. Just a little bit peeking through. That's for the ladies or guys. I don't know. Ladies, I don't know what it's for. But he's got it there. If anybody needs to see it more, you got to get with him to see more of that tattoo. The gold and the white looking very regal once again, all the way down to those gold boots with the white laces. Got the wings, little dragon action on the side. Looking very good. He's got a D, of course, right there in his belt. You would think it's for Dralistico, but I believe it was for Dick Van Dyke. Yes, huge fan of the Dick Van Dyke show down there in Mexico. I never watched that show. I don't think I ever saw one episode. I just remember the opening where he tripped over the ottoman, and that's very true. I do that most nights when I come home from work, too. So, Dralistico, a huge fan of Dick Van Dyke. Never would have got that. Never would have got that, but it's truth. It's truth, and that's what you get watching these videos here. You get a lot of unprecedented coverage, Todd McFarlane, for a lot of things, and a lot of secrets are told, the tea is spilt, all that kind of fun stuff here. But looking good. You got the butterfly shoulders on him, arms all the way around, bicep cut, double jointed, tight, pinless elbows, tight, hands back and forth, side to side, removable, head back and forth, side to side, dumbbell joint up top, plenty of movement there, waist articulation good. Big old Dralistico splits if you need it. Leg goes up for the kick to the shin. Kick to the shin on this one. Can do the splits as well. A little bit of that diapery feeling in the middle. Double jointed pinless knees looking good. Boot cut on this guy. Ankles back forth, side to side, up and down. Our usual articulation here from the Boss Fight Studios in this point in time. Does he fit on a ringside collectible WWE stand? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. If you need a stand, he will work for that for you. Choose your own adventure, as we like to say here. But Dralistico, not a bad piece of business. I would have preferred him in the red and black. That's just me. Your mileage may vary, but a very regal looking figure here. But a little comparison action. How about his brother Roosh? Let's bring out Roosh right here. Now, he is supposed to be an inch smaller than his brother. 6 foot, and was it 5'11", or was he 5'9"? I can't even remember at this point. But Roosh is supposed to be taller, but he is not. So the scaling on these is one of the downfalls we've had. They've kind of been all over the place. I hope they can hone that in here in the future. We'll see what ends up happening. But Roosh is definitely a little bit smaller than his brother. We got Penta from WWE and Jazzware, so you can see that height difference. They tower over him. So we got that going on. And then I did bring the Laredo Kid, because why not? Why not bring that Laredo Kid? He was from the last series of the Boss Fight, so you can kind of see what we're working with across the waves of the Boss Fight Legends of Lucha Libre line. But all in all, still very, very fun figures. I enjoy an ancillary collection that doesn't come at us all the time. I do think that is a bit of the downfall from the line. I think they need to get a little bit more sped up and get more characters out there and get more of a flow so they can resonate with the audience a little bit better. But at the end of the day, it is fun to have another line. And if I'm being a guy that buys all the Jazzwares and WWE stuff and all points in between, there's nothing wrong with a slow line every once in a while when you're trying to save some scratch along the way. But not bad figure. I still like this Dralistico. I think the best of the wave, but we'll see what happens here in the future. We still got to open Dragon Lee. Yes, WWE's own Dragon Lee. So stay tuned for that one. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I always do say. Now, let me know in the comments your thoughts on this Dralistico figure. Be interested to hear your take on these Boss Fight figures. Don't forget, of course, Patreon YouTube channel memberships. You get early access to all the videos from both my YouTube channels, including my podcast. You can also check out YouTube channel memberships if that's more your speed. Sir Paul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show. at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube every single Tuesday. Check it out if you haven't already. So for Dralistico and the Legends of Lucha Libre, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?